Good morning, friend. Let's see electromagnetic induction, Faraday's law, Fleming right hand rule, and electric generator from topic number 4. Of science 1, that is the effect of electric current. Okay. In earlier lecture, we discussed the electric motor. Okay. Let's see electric inductions. What do you mean by electric inductions? If we keep an electric conductor in a magnetic field, so the direction of the current flowing through a conductor in a perpendicular to the magnetic field, then we know that the force is exerted on a conductor. When if electric conductor keep in a field in a perpendicular directions, then on that electric conductor force is exerted. On that conductor force is exerted. Why this force is exerted? Because when conductor moves, because of the movement of the conductor. If an electric conductor is moving in a magnetic field, that means if magnetic field is stationary and conductor is changing, then what will happen? Michael Faraday, he explained in 1831. He explained and showed that an electric current can be produced with the help of magnet. Electric current can produce from magnet. Okay, and therefore he used the solenoid. Is connected with the battery and key. Okay, so what happens? Current is flowing through this solenoid. When current is flowing, then around the solenoid, we know that the magnetic lines of force are produced. Okay, then he placed the coil in this magnetic field with a galvanometer, connected with a galvanometer. So what happens? See, coil and the solenoid, they are not connected with each other. They are keep away. Then here he found that when this coil come in the magnetic field of solenoid, then on the coil the current is produced. Here in a galvanometer, the deflection is shown. This deflection indicates that on the coil current is produced. Here in a coil, the current is produced because of presence of this magnetic field. On this coil, the magnetic field is continuously changing, and due to change in magnetic field on coil, the current is produced. This produced current on coil is known as a induced current. This current is called as a induced current. Okay. Michael Faraday, he showed that when solenoid in a solenoid coil the current is increased or decreased, on this coil the current is also changed. It may be if the current increases in coil, in a solenoid, in a coil current is increases. If a current carry through this solenoid is decreases, on coil current produced is also decreases. This induced current, by this experiment, showed that when the number of these magnetic lines of force passing through the coils, then the current is due to that magnetic lines of force, the current is induced on the coil. Okay. Fleming show that when that induced current will be maximum, he shown that if direction of motion of conductor, suppose this is direction of conductor, is perpendicular to magnetic field, is perpendicular to the magnetic field. That means this was a here, if there is a 90-degree angle, there is a direction of magnetic field. So the direction of induced current, then the direction of, and then the induced current is the direction of, so then direction of induced current is also perpendicular. That time the direction of induced current is also perpendicular to the direction of conductor and also perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Okay. So they are perpendicular to each other. This was expressed by using right hand rule, which is known as the Fleming right hand rule. What indicate that if thumb, forefinger and middle finger, they are stretched in such a way that they are perpendicular to each other, then the thumb indicate directions of the motion of the conductor, index finger indicate the direction of magnetic field, and middle finger shows the direction of induced current. This is known as the Fleming right hand. Thumb indicates the direction of the conductor, forefinger shows the direction of induced current, and middle finger shows the direction of the induced current, and for index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field. This is known as the Fleming's right hand rule. Okay. Earlier topic we study the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay. Now here we are going to study the Fleming's right hand rule. Okay. By this means it shows how the induced current is produced. This principle in an earlier previous said that see that the electromagnetic induction by electromagnetic induction, we show that the current is produced, but that current produced in a small scale, in a very small scale. But here by using the same principle, the large current is produced. To produce a large current, mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. This principle is used in a device. That device is called as a electric generator. This electric generator, see, it consists of two large magnet. Okay. In between this, a copper coil A, B, C, D is placed in between the two pieces of magnet. The two ends of coil is connected with rings by this brush. This is the carbon brush B1. This carbon brush connected with the ring. This is known as the arbor ring. The second end by the carbon brush connected with the second ring, that is called as the R2. This one known as the B2 brush. Okay, and between this ring, the axle is connected. Fix the axle. But in between the ring and the axle, there is a resistive coating is there. So this axle rotate by using the machine outside, by outside machine. This axle is rotate. Okay. B1, because of this, the coil ABCD accelerates, so that coil ABCD also rotating. Then the stationary carbon B1 and B2 brushes are always connected. They are connected with a galvanometer. We show the direction of the circuit. When axle is rotate, then the branch AB of coil is change the direction and go to the CD. The branch, that time when accelerated, that time AB branch is goes in up and CD branch goes up down. According to Fleming's law, when electric current is produced in the branches AB and CD, this electric current flow from A to the B and from C to the D, In this circuit, when current flows from B2, see how the current flow from current flow from A to the B, then B to the C, C to the D, and then from D to the B2, and then from B2 to the B1. But from B to B1 through the galvanometer. Through galvanometer it goes to the B1. So in this time the coil completes a half rotation. The coil completes a half rotation. After completing half rotation, the AB coil turns towards the series coil and CD goes towards the AB. Okay, and then after that, after half rotation, then the current flow from D to the C, because D comes to the here, C here, B here and the A here. Then current flows to then B1 come on this side and B2 come here. So what happens? The current flow to D to the C, then C to the B, B to the A, then A to the B1, A to the B1, and then through galvanometer it goes to the B2. Okay. Hence the external circuits, in an external circuit the current flow from B1 to the B2. So thus it repeated means after completing half rotation again the current will flow from A to the B, B to the C, C to the D, and then next half it changes direction. That means after every half rotation the direction of current is changes. That is why this current is called as a alternating current. That current is called alternating current, that is the AC. And that generator is called as a AC generator. That current is called as a AC generator. Okay, there is a DC generator also there, but that was deleted from your this year's syllabus only. Okay, here the topic number 4, electric effect of electric current, is completed. In our next video we will study the topic number 5 from science 1, heat. Till thank you so much.